Also, some news about this channel. So, there will be a part 4 of the CES videos. However, that has been postponed because the Dell announcements were not posted. And unfortunately, that was part of the video. So, I will have to do some other research to find out what was announced at the Dell announcements since the video was not posted. The iOS 9 versus 10 video, that has not been canceled, but unfortunately the iPhone 6, I don't have that. I don't have the iPhone 6 anymore, and it is running iOS 10 anyways. So this is my newest iOS 9 device, and it's the iPhone 4S, so it's, well, that video has been delayed until I can get a new iOS 9 device. There has been a lot of tech news lately, mostly about phones, so I'm going to make a video about all of it. So first of all, unfortunately, the Samsung Galaxy S8 will not be revealed at MWC 2017. Instead, it will probably come sometime around April 14th in the announcement, and will maybe be released later in April. Now, the reason why they're doing this is because they want to test it more than they tested the Note 7, which had an exploding problem, or really an overheating problem. And they figured out why the Note 7 was exploding, and they did a press conference to tell everyone about why it was exploding. And that was because the first one was because they were trying to make it too compact. Some of the components inside of the battery were prone to bending, and this could cause a short circuit, which would cause the battery to overheat. Second time, they forgot to include insulation, which would cause the same short circuit, which would cause the battery to overheat. Even worse, recent rumors for the S8 rumor a minor upgrade. Well, it will be getting the larger displays on the same side body with gigantic 5.8-inch and 6.2-inch panels, and Gorilla Glass 5, a fingerprint sensor on the back, 1440 by 2960 resolution, and an 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio. However, other than that, there will not be many major improvements. So the camera, 12 megapixel rear, now it will be 8 megapixel front, but no real major camera upgrades. It will only be 11% faster. It will at least be 20% more power efficient, not larger batteries, in fact a smaller battery on the larger model, but it will at least last longer in the battery life. And it will add an iris scanner and force touch. Unfortunately, Samsung makes the Snapdragon 835, and they actually have all the claim to it until the S8 is launched. So this means that phones like the LG G6 will not be able to have the Snapdragon 835. Now, Apple has also announced iOS 10.3 Beta 1, and this includes some new features. They include a Find My AirPods. You can locate your device with the GPS. You can play a sound on it, but don't play the sound on the AirPods when they're in your ears. They could cause hearing damage. So there are some new things in settings, like there is a new setting up here that has all of your Apple ID information, and there is a lot of new things in the iCloud settings, include some changes in the organization, a storage bar. You will have a new podcast widget available for your widgets, and Siri will get new capabilities or Cricket scores, pay bills, check payments, and you can schedule rides for the future, like on Uber or Lyft. You can tell them to pick you up in 5 hours or something like that. You also have in the maps when you would zoom in on someplace and it would give you the temperature. You can now 3D touch on the temperature and it will give you the hourly forecast for that location. Reduce motion has also become smarter. So, whereas in 10.2.2, some Safari apps wouldn't do this reduced motion, now Safari apps will also be affected by reduced motion. So basically now in the Mail app, you'll be getting a new layout and a new back button, which is more prominent. And also you will be getting in Apple CarPlay, recently used apps, and also it will give you electrical charging places. In HomeKit, you will be getting an update that lets you use programmable light switches with HomeKit. There is a new update for the different languages and keyboards. to make it easier to type. Apple will be switching to the Apple file system with the iOS 10.3 update, which will make your files more secure, more optimized, and it could boost the performance of your device. You will now be getting an option in the News app to disable the Next Up button, and also in restrictions, you can restrict certain TV providers. You will now have a one-handed keyboard for the iPad. Developers will also have the option to have alternating app icons for like the holidays. He has also discontinued support for their 2G network, so older 2G phones will now no longer be able to get a signal, and also some of the newer phones will not be able to drop back to 2G signals. These are pretty much over now. They ended with Sony and LG announcing that their new 2017 TVs will not be 3D. Most other manufacturers dropped that in 2016. And like, for example, Samsung, they dropped it because they wanted to focus on their smart TVs. LG, they said that they wanted to drop it so that they could focus on their HDR. And the reasons why they failed, well, there wasn't much content. People thought of it as gimmicky. You had to wear the glasses. It could cause eye strain, and it was a bit of a hassle to use. Announced their device sales for Q1 2017 or the holiday season. And that is a new record for the iPhones, breaking last holiday season's record. As in the holiday season, that's when the iPhones sell the most. Well, all devices sell the most because it is, of course, the holiday season. So that is a 5% year-on-year increase and a 72% quarter-on-quarter increase. The iPads have actually seen a decrease, but that's not too surprising, as over the past year they have seen decreases, and the percentage seems about right, 19%. That's about the percent that they've been seeing previously. However, the change quarter-on-quarter is 41%, as I guess is because we are entering the holiday season. So the Mac sales are actually only up 1% from the last quarter, even though the new MacBooks have been introduced. But the year-on-year sales are up by 7%.